Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking a few different language placement exams for Spanish Online to see what my level is on each of them and give kind of a comparison of what variation I find in my level between the different websites that I'm using. And all of these are free. I just searched free Spanish language level tests. And so the first one is on Cervantes.to, Cervantes Escuela Internacional. This one, it looks like you go through the different levels from A1, A2, B1, B2, C1. Don't think C2, no, C2 is not on this website. After that, I'm going to be taking the language placement test on Lingalia, which I know is a very popular website. So we'll see how that goes. And then there's testyourlanguage.com. This one I have not come across before, but it looks like they have several different websites different languages, on their website. And then finally there is esl-languages.com. This one also says they have a free test. This one is a 40 multiple choice, takes about 20 minutes. And so I will take these, show some screenshots of what these different websites look like, and then we will review my results probably in like a couple hours because it looks like these take a while. I decided that I was going to talk after each one so I just finished the first one, which was Cervantes.to, and it took me about 16 minutes, so not bad, and that included writing notes down. I like that this test you start at A1 and then if you pass that you move to the next one, so you get to see at each stage which questions you're getting wrong, and then it gives you an explanation as to why that one is wrong. And some of the errors that I made in doing this were things that I haven't necessarily come across grammatically, so I think that this site it seems like they have some kind of school or lessons on here, could help with some more nitpicky and detailed grammatical situations that one might encounter in Spanish. But overall, I thought this was a good test. I ended up getting C1, which is the highest level that this website could place you at. Now on to Lingalia. I don't know if it's just me, but this quiz is very long and it's like hurting my head to look at this so much, so I do not recommend taking 4 of these language proficiency placement exams all at once. I finally finished the Lingalia test. It took me about 45 minutes, and I was very tired by the end of it, so I didn't pay very much attention to some of the audios at the end, and just kind of guessed on them, which I shouldn't have done, but they were so long. The last one was like probably a 5-minute audio. I got a level C1 on this one, and so that's the same as the last one. This one I think does go up to C2, and I know I've taken this before. I took this last summer, I believe, and I got a C2. So either my Spanish decreased since then, given that I haven't been practicing grammar, or I should have paid more attention to the very last part of the quiz, which both are probably true. But yes, this is just a very long test, so prepare yourself. If you are in the A1, A2, or B1, B2 range, the test won't be that long because there's basically like one exam that you have to pass like to get through A1 and A2, and then the next exam goes B1, B2, and the third one is C1 and C2, so I didn't do very good on the last one, so I got a C1. But if you're in the A to B range, you will finish the test quicker than I did. Okay, I'm back after a short break. I did want to say the differences between the first one, which was the Cervantes.to, and Lingalia, is that the Cervantes is very short, quick, multiple choice questions. The Lingalia is also multiple choice, but a lot of them are longer passages, especially as you get to the second and third part of the test. And then for Lingalia, there are also auditory comprehension, so you have to listen to some audio and then answer questions based off of that. And the Lingalia test has a lot more questions on it. Alright, now going on to testyourlanguage.com. Hopefully this test isn't as long as the other one. So far I'm only 3 minutes in, and the format of this one is a lot nicer than Lingalia, but there are questions like, this person is from Morocco, like, how do you say that in Spanish, like Maraquense or Moraqueño, and I don't know, I don't really talk to anybody from Morocco, how am I supposed to know that? And then there was this little passage about this person named Cecilia that had like a whole bunch of different facts about her life, and then you have to answer questions, but you can't see the passage anymore. So I'm like, how am I supposed to memorize this passage? I didn't know I was supposed to. So I don't know how I'm feeling about this one so far, we'll see. Sorry about my dusty screen, but look it said, the audio before this said, ¿Qué hora es? Son las 2:10. ¿Y dónde está? 2:10 is not on here. Okay, I realized I can scroll back up, but listen to this audio.
¿Qué hora es?
Son las 2:10.
Sí, 2:10. Y no está. So I'm in the third part of this, and question 10 is, en el centro le recomendamos el restaurante de Pepe Martínez. El famoso chef presenta sus creaciones en un ambiente muy exclusivo. So the question right after that is, María quiere visitar a una amiga que vive en Madrid. And there's not an audio or passage for me to base that off of. It just says true or false for the multiple choice. And the question after that is, Carmen no puede salir antes de las 7. And I have no way of knowing that because there was no audio anywhere in here. So I think I'm going to call it quits on this test. And yeah, I would not recommend going to testyourlanguage.com because apparently it's not a good place to test your language. Okay, on to esl-languages.com. So I just finished the ESL-languages and I got a C1 on this one as well. It says I answered 37 out of 40 questions correctly. It was annoying that on this test I wasn't able to go back and look at previous questions because one of them I clicked and I hit enter and it immediately went to the next one, and I realized right away that that was the wrong answer. So that was my only complaint with this one. It was not too long. The questions were very short. There wasn't any audio comprehension tests on this one. And then, yeah, it didn't take me too long, probably about 20 minutes, like it said. I think overall between the four, I mean, obviously the Test Your Language website was not great, don't do that. I think the Lingalia one, even though it was so long, is probably the most accurate. It had so many questions on it. It had the auditory comprehension questions, which will give you a more accurate assessment of your language proficiency, especially on these A1 to C2 exams. If you actually want to get certified, usually you have to, I believe you have to take a auditory, written, reading, and speaking portion. I'm not entirely sure, but that was my assumption. So that would give you a closer assessment of where you're at. I know Lingalia also has a lot of courses on their website, and it's not too expensive, so I might be doing one of those in the future. I think you can get certificates through that as well, which would be nice to have. And then between the ESL languages and Cervantes, I got the same level on both of them, so I think they're pretty similar. They're both really short, quick multiple choice questions, and did not have audio comprehension, so I think you could probably go with either of those if you want just a quicker assessment of where you're at. And that is all. Thank you for watching. If you have taken any of these assessments and other ones, or taken any courses to get certified in any of these CEFL level placement tests, put it in the comments below. I'd like to hear what your experience with that was. But overall, it seemed like between the 3 of these that I completed, they were all pretty similar in saying that I had a C1 level for all of them. I know I've gotten a C2 before, so again, that could be because I didn't put a ton of as much effort into these as I maybe should have. I wasn't able to go back and check my answers on some of them. And then I also have not been practicing grammar for a very long time, probably almost getting closer to a year, maybe 6 months. But yes, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.